So I was thinking about people and how some aren't as they are seemed. Like they can have like a different story behind what they actually look like. It's funny because with animals you can tell who's a dog, you can tell who's a snake, you can tell who's a scorpion. But with people you can't really tell who's broken or not. And in my experience, in my personal opinion, I have come across people, even in the vegan community, who might say, "Oh, I'm this." They might convey, "Hey guys, how you going? Oh yeah, I'm about nature, I'm about the animals, and I'm about healing and everything." But in reality, they might be just doing it for a six-pack or a bikini body, however long that takes. But that doesn't make them a bad person. Maybe not that trustful. As they might be saying that they're doing it for the environment, the cause of global warming, but they might just be doing veganism for a shredded body or a beach body, or to impress the guys or girls. So anyhow, like in nature, we know if we were to pick up a snake and walk it across the road, or try to pat a dog, if the dog or the snake turns around and bites you, it's not the dog's fault, it's not the snake's fault. Snake will do what snake will do. It's their adaptation, biting people to survival. With people, you can't really tell who's who. They might look really nice and innocent, but they might turn around and backstab you. It doesn't make them bad people, it's just who they are. It's like in nature, I find it a lot easier because animals can't necessarily stab you. They can kill you, but they can't speak in human language. It's occurring to me that more and more people are like, they become sensitive, and from being too sensitive, they try to cram like a border around their brain, like a border around their head, and I did so myself. We might feel a bit too insecure and do it for other things, like because we're feeling a bit more like everyone's doing one thing, and if I say, I'm actually doing it for a whole different reason, it will make me seem like the bad guy. The thing is, no, if you're a vegan and you're doing veganism to get a fit, lean body, and you're over a certain weight, but you're just doing it to get leaner and healthy, you're not actually doing it for the animals, as in you don't give two shits about the animals, it doesn't make you a bad person. Just be upfront and honest about it. It's like, we need more people to own themselves. And just because you're fake, or you say that you're gonna do fundraising or trying to raise awareness for something for money, but people actually think you're doing it because you actually care for people, it doesn't make you a bad person for doing it for another reason. That was me first, when I first became vegan. Like, I came from metabolic damage, I had no energy, and when I was introduced to veganism by Freely the Banana Girl, I was like, oh, this banana girl might be onto something. And I looked into it, and I was like, oh, you can eat as much as you want. It's very healing. and then years later, like, I've never felt better. It's funny because it's always ego, then the animals. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I wish more people would own it. Sure, like, everyone judges. Don't say that you do not judge. It's like, I don't judge him. I don't judge Josephine, but you're a fucking idiot. I don't judge you, Josephine, but your hair looks like shit. I don't judge you, Josephine, but you couldn't even run a 1 minute mile, which is not true, but as an example. It's like, fine. You're just lying to yourselves. It doesn't matter. So if you're a vegan and people are talking crap to you about, oh, you should be doing it for the animals, you should be doing it for the planet, you're a hippie, you're a flower child, you're this. Stand up, even if they're non-vegans and they're giving you shit about it. It's like, stand up and say, what the fuck are you doing? Are you doing about it? I'm actually doing something, even though I may not care about pets, cats or dogs or rabbits. I'm actually doing something good for myself, and even though I don't give 2 shits about the planet, it's still going to help the planet because I'm not contributing to that problem. It's like, as an example, Ariana Grande. Like, we've all seen how she goes to animal sanctuaries and she takes pictures and posts them on Instagram about how we shouldn't kill animals and eat them. But then next minute we have her at a donut shop licking donuts under the influence of her boyfriend. It's like, what? It doesn't make her a bad person. It's just like, babe, you've got to own it. Just because crew do gear doesn't make them bad people. Sure, I want people to judge and be more objective about it. Like, if you say yes, you have to say why, or else you can't say yes. It's like, I can't believe some of the arguments against veganism. It's like, one of the main things I hear that gets thrown around is, oh, telling people you have to be vegan is like telling gay people that they should go to hell, that they should be straight. It's like, how can you compare innocent, sentient, beautiful creatures to gay people? I mean, there's nothing wrong if you're gay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, how can you think that I'm actually quite frustrated. It's like, I can't believe people are not seeing the light. I mean, it's gonna take time, but the planet's gonna go down, and then we're all gonna go down with it. So if you're vegan for just a 6-pack, I mean, along with the other things where you don't buy fur, you don't buy cruelty products, but you're still just doing veganism for a certain body type. Maybe you're not like rightfully convinced, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's going to take time. You are doing so much better than someone who's a non-vegan and who's contributing to the planet's issues. Okay? Another thing, if you're being made fun of at work or school or anywhere, and your social group is making jokes about you, like they did to me when I used to sit in a group people used to call out, "Oh, who's having hamburgers tonight?" And they would all laugh and look at me. And I'd just be like, give me a break. That does not matter. It's not about you. It's about the planet, the animals. At the end of the day, these people, they're gonna feel like shit because they're not eating like you and I are. They're gonna feel droopy because they're rugging up on caffeine. It's a loss for them. You're doing the right thing by not contributing to animal suffering. You're not supporting meat and dairy. That is amazing. You should pat yourself on the back, especially young kids, like 12, 13 years old. They are the future of this planet. They're going to be the faces of veganism. Like, I'm glad there's so many young kids that are going vegan. Okay. So if people are making fun of you for being a vegetarian, give them the flipper.